there, this is Sandra, admin queen of tax deeds, with some information about some of my favorite Google apps for tax deeds. Google apps. So Google has a whole suite of tools. If you go over here, anytime you're in google.com or in Gmail, you click on this little dial looking pad and you're going to be able to see their apps. They have a gazillion of them. And then you go down more and you can see even more of their Google apps. There's just so many. But here are some of my favorite ones I wanted to go over with you. One, of course, that I use all the time is Google Drive. So Google Drive, I have spreadsheets for just about all the auctions that I'm following. And I share those spreadsheets with my team and we're able to collaborate with them. And those spreadsheets contain the properties coming up for sale. So that's one awesome way that I like to use Google, and it's free. All these apps are free. So we've got Google Drive, which within Google Drive are Google Spreadsheets and Google Docs. So you could use the spreadsheets or the docs. So what the sheets that I'm using are, for example, the tax deed spreadsheets, and then the Google Docs might be instructions that I create for my team on how to do certain processes. And sometimes I have them create the instructions for processes that they are doing and implementing. All right, so that's basically two of them there, Google Drive and Google Sheets. I mean Google Docs and Google Docs and Google Sheets, which is all part of Google Drive. Google Drive is basically the whole suite of tools. So for example, if I go over here to Google Drive and I hit new, you can open up a doc, you can open up a sheet, a slide, a form, and a whole bunch of other stuff down here. So that's what their whole suite of tools is called, Google Drive. All right, so the next one that I like to use, and I'm going to go over, let's see, 5 of them here in this video. So the third one, we've already gone over 3 so far. We went over the sheets in Google Drive, and I did go over Google Docs, but that's not one that we're counting. But Sheets and Drive is a really good one. Then the other one I like to use is Google Voice. And Google Voice, where is my Google Voice? So anyway, Google Voice allows you to have a phone number that you get through Google. So if we go over here and we type in voice, oops, this is the Google Marketplace. I meant to go in Google Tools. Am I missing voice? Where is voice? We see Google Translate, frames, travel, docs. Okay, so let's do Google Voice. Okay, this is not where you find it, but I do have it here. Let's go over to one of my tools here, and we'll go down to Google Voice. Where did my Google Voice go? You see these videos, I just do them on the fly, and that's why we don't find stuff when we need them, because I have not rehearsed any of this. So anyway, you could just Google Voice. Make it easy on yourself. Type in Google Voice, and I'm going to hit allow. And basically, Google Voice allows you to make phone calls to people. So you can go ahead and call people and use it to maybe use it for your bandit signs or calls that sellers are making to you. So the cool thing about Google Voice is that I not expose all my info in here, but anyway, you can redirect it to ring to other phone numbers, or you can ring it to a landline or to somebody else, so that both you and your partner, your significant other, whoever you're doing real estate with, you can both get the phone calls at the same time. You can screen the calls so that Google Voice has them announce their name ahead of time. I don't do that. I don't recommend doing that. But Google Voice is great because it gives you an additional phone number. That way you can have many of your business calls go through that. So that's Google Voice. All right, so Google Voice is a great tool, even though when I was looking for it through here, I did not see it. So I don't know why they have moved it out of here. But anyway, so Google Voice. Then the next thing I love is Google Calendar. Google Calendar. And so Google Calendar is good because I can go on it here. See, it says that right there, Google Calendar. I can go on Google Calendar and put in auction dates that I'm interested in following. And then I can also set it up so that it tracks those auctions every month. That way it'll remind me. And Google Calendar is good because you can always add somebody else to the meeting and you can meet with them directly through the calendar. You don't have to use Zoom or anything like that. Um, so with Google Calendar on my website, you'll see that I do have a Google Calendar for some of the auctions um, online, or at least I do have a calendar online. There are a few auction calendar um, right there, and it is basically a Google Calendar. So this one here in June, we have not updated any of the sales yet on here, but this is an actual Google Calendar, and you can actually put in information and share it with somebody else if you want as well. All right, and then from right here, if someone's sharing a Google Calendar with you, they can click down here and add that calendar to your calendar. So I like that, and plus you get notifications directly on your phone. So that's really, really good. So we like that about it too. But Google has a whole suite of stuff that is great for investors. So another thing that I like is the Google Maps. Now, I'm not talking about maps that you, from your phone, direct you to go someplace. You can actually have Google put all the auctions for a particular tax deed auction coming up on one map. So what you can do is you can import the map into Google Maps and put them all on one map. And that way when you're driving, you have your Google Maps up and you can go from one to the other. So that's pretty cool. I love that about Google Maps as well. So that's good for tax deeds as well. And you can also, at any point in time, take it and create a map for lands available. And when you get around to those sides of town and you want to check out a property that's on lands available over there, you pull up Google Map that's called Lands Available, and you go out and check out that property from Lands Available. The other thing I like about the Google Map where you can upload your information into the map so that way all the properties show up with little pins. You can also upload the information from your spreadsheet into the map. So therefore, when you click on the actual property, you're going to see information that you put into the spreadsheet show up in the pin. So that's great. So I love that about Google Maps as well. So Google is a great tool for real estate investors, whether you are doing tax deeds or not, because they have so many great tools. I mean, there's so many more that I have not even gotten into, and we'll go into it another date. But those right there, I would say, are some of my favorites. You've got the Google Drive, Google Spreadsheets, Google Voice, Google Calendar, and as a bonus, I gave you the Google Maps. So all those are wonderful, and guess how much they cost? They cost nothing. They are absolutely free, 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 free. And as investors, we love it when we get something for such a bonus price like that. So anyway, that is Google Maps, and hopefully that is something you will like and you use. So let me know if there's anything else that you use and you want to share with us and let us know that you really like. Just let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe and comment on the video, like and follow. I'm also on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. All right, so have a great day and happy investing.